everyone, this is going to be a super chill video. I'm going to be kind of running around and doing some plant chores. I have neglected my plants a little bit. It was midterm, so some of my plants did not get the care that they wanted, and so they're unhappy. So I'm going to run around and water some plants, start fertilizing some plants. It is almost spring, so I'm starting to fertilize more and more of my plants. And I don't know, I'm going to see what kind of plants need different things. I'll be probably trimming some plants if they're looking a little sad, refilling my humidifier. I don't know, we're just doing plant chores today, so you get to come along with me. I'm going to start by looking at all of my plants, seeing what plants need water, and I'll be watering all of those plants. I'll probably be fertilizing all of them as well. I'm using just like a Miracle-Gro fertilizer because I haven't gotten around to getting kind of a better fertilizer, and I had a bunch of this sitting around, so I'd rather use it than throw it away and then get something new later. Sorry if the lighting is like really bizarre in here. It's like, I don't know, kind of a weird space lighting wise. But yeah, so I have my watering can. I will be mixing up my fertilizer, and I do fertilize most of the year, and so I tend to fertilize with like a weaker dilution than what the box says. This is the fertilizer I'm using. I know it's probably backwards too, I'm not really sure, but it's just Miracle-Gro. It's their like, it's like their solid fertilizer. I don't know, you mix it in with water and then your plants get a little bit of food. Okay, it's gonna be a super awkward angle, but I'm just gonna show you how I mix up my fertilizer. So it comes in this like little baggie, and I'm not necessarily recommending this fertilizer or not recommending this fertilizer. It's worked fine for me, but I got it a while ago and I got into houseplants. I'm about halfway through it, but I use such a little amount of it that's like I'm never gonna go through all of this, and I feel bad getting rid of it, you know? So I'm just gonna use it up before I get something new. So I use like a very, you can probably see like the shadow of that in there, very small amount in this watering can, because I'd rather under fertilize a little bit than over fertilize and burn my plants. Also, a lot of them are growing a little bit slower because we are just in winter. So I'm gonna fill up my watering can and get to watering. Now I'm going to go around to each of my plants that needs water, and I will be giving them a little drink. I will be using my moisture meter as well. This is the moisture meter that I'm using. It has a bunch of different like things you can do with it. You can check the pH, the light, whatever, but I just use it for moisture. And I will be kind of sticking it in the soil, seeing how each plant is doing water-wise, and watering them if they need it. Start over here. And some of my plants have like built-in trays underneath. Some of them don't, and so the ones that don't, like for example this little guy, it's my little like pink confetti syngonium, does not have a built-in tray underneath. So I'll just put this guy in my sink to water. So any plant that has a drainage hole but no tray, I will just water in the sink. And I'll just let it drain in there. And this little guy, he is my Asparagus Fern. He loves, loves, loves to be moist all the time. So I have him in this cute little cow planter, and I just put water in it with a couple mosquito bits just floating at the bottom there. I don't know if they do anything, but give me peace of mind. And I'll plop him in there. And honestly, he used to dry up on me a lot, and so ever since I started just kind of keeping him in a reservoir with water, he stopped drying up on me. So as soon as I see that this is empty, the plant absorbed all the water, then I literally just fill it up again. And I haven't had any issues with rot that way, so I don't know. Okay, and I'm all out of water, so I'm just gonna come back over here and just look at all my dirty dishes. My bad. I swear I'm gonna wash those. And by wash those, I mean I'm gonna put them in the dishwasher. So I'm out of water, so I'm going to mix up some more of my fertilizer with some more water and keep just running around my house, doing my little planty tasks. And again, I'm just gonna take this over to the sink and fill it up. Okay, so I am going to get to the plants that are at the top of my shelf. I'm going to go grab my stool because I can't reach because I'm short and my shelf is tall. So I'm gonna go grab my stool so that I can reach those plants that are up there, and I can check which ones need water and give them a nice soak. I got my stool, now I can reach. So this is the shelf up here that I'm going to be checking all of my plants. I already brought one down. My Hoya Queen needs some water, so the leaves are starting to get like soft, you can kind of bend them with little resistance. That's usually when I know it's time to water. So this plant is in a terracotta pot, and I know there's like a lot of opinions out there about whether Hoya should be in terracotta or in ceramic, or I don't know. So I have some in ceramic, some in terracotta. Don't come for me. All my plants that are, or all my Hoya that are in terracotta have been fine. All my Hoya that are in ceramic have been fine. So I'm just giving her a nice soak since I don't think she's had water for a while. All the plants I've noticed that are like at the top of the shelf get neglected a little bit more than I would like because I can't reach them, so they don't get as much love as they probably would like. And some of my plants have like trays, so I can put them back and let them dry. And some of my plants I keep in like little bowls so that I can just let them either drip onto there or so that I can bottom water them. The heck? This plant's looking thirsty. This is one that I like to bottom water. I feel like it does better when it's bottom watered. This guy, I just chopped a ton of it and did a trade for a bunch of other different strings of things. And it's already grown so much. I probably cut, I don't know, like 4 or 5 feet off this plant. I'm not even exaggerating. So I filled the bowl up that much, just like about an inch or two. And in a little while, I'll come around and check all my plants that have like little reservoirs and dump them out, dump any water out that they haven't consumed. Oh, this plant's feeling pretty plump. I'm not gonna water it. This is my little Bilibata. She's so small, but she has a couple of growth points. Right there's one. I'm so excited to have this grow a little bit more for me. It has not put out a single leaf, nothing. Has done nothing for me since I got it last year. So I'm very excited for that to grow. This guy's good. Scoop my stool over because I am short and can't see anything. This plant probably needs to get repotted soon. It's getting very like top heavy. When I got it, it was pretty small, but it's grown a ton. This is a Peperomia Hope. And I can't wait for it to trail, but it's never gonna grow and trail for me if I don't give it the space to do so. So I'm gonna have to pot this up probably here soon. I dropped it the other day and a bunch of the soil fell out, so it's like sitting in like not a lot of soil. Yeah, that plant needs a little bit more love than what I've been giving it. I'm out of water again, so I'm going to be mixing up some more of my water with some of the fertilizer. And I could probably get a bigger watering can, but sometimes I don't need that much water. Since I'm usually on top of watering my plants, I probably, during normal time, like not during midterms, I go through and check my plants like every other day. So I'm watering like only a handful of plants every day or every other day instead of like a ton of my plants all at once. But I have just neglected them a little bit because I was busy with other things. And so a lot of them are dry now. So usually I don't need to go back and forth and fill up my watering can so many times, but that's what we're doing today. The hard part is like once I move some of these plants, like Tetrising them back into place. Because if one plant's like a centimeter like off to the side, like it's impossible to get it back into the right place. But I think I got it. So I'm gonna leave these plants in here to drip. Then I'll set them over here to dry, and I'm gonna wash this afterwards so that it can get a little bit like of dirt on it and it's fine. And then I will be also all the plants that I kind of like bottom watered or have like a reservoir like this one, or if they have trays underneath them, in probably about like 20-30 minutes I'm going to come back and empty all of those out. Next over here I have my little Marimo moss balls. I will be switching out their water. These are super easy. I'm just gonna dump out their old water. They like really cold water, so I'm gonna let this run. Some cold water down the drain. And don't worry, it's not touching any of the leaves on my plant, so they're not gonna get any cold burn. And then I just fill this up. Once in a while too, probably once a month or so, I'll take them out, kind of like gently squeeze all the water out of them. And then I'm trying to like rotate them so you can see them. I'll gently squeeze all the water out of them, and then I will like roll them a little bit in my hand to kind of encourage that round shape, but we're not doing that today. Next, I'm gonna go through to my leca and moss propagations, and I'm gonna check to see if they have water. I won't be adding any nutrients this time, and I know that like the leca in a cup is like literally the worst way to do leca, but this is what I got. This is how I got these plants. I wouldn't even say I'm new to leca. I don't do leca at all, so can't be new to something you don't do. So I'm gonna move this before I knock it over. Put it like over here or something. So yeah, I'm gonna add some water to the ones that need water. This one has like a really big fuzzy root up here. Yee, so excited. This is my bipenifolium. So this one, if you're a leca person, could you give me some tips on how to transition a plant out of leca? Because I have some plants that I want to transition them out of leca because I'm not great with leca, or at least I don't know anything about leca. But I think that one's okay. This little guy back here, one of my bro marks, he's really thirsty usually. So this guy's gonna need some water. Look at all those roots in there. That's so crazy. That's the cool thing about leca. I want to learn more about leca, but I just like haven't had the time to like do my own research on it, which is a bummer because I've heard so many positive things about it. But yeah, I fill it like halfway. This is not an instructions video. This is not a tutorial. This is probably a what not to do with plants in leca because I have no idea what I'm doing with plants in leca. Please correct me. Please help me. I need all the help I can get when it comes to plants in leca. And I do give them nutrients. I know that they're not getting any nutrients from soil, but look how cute this plant is. When I got this plant, the person I got it from dropped their grow light on it. And I knew that when I was getting it. I got it a really, really, really fair price because it has some damage. But yeah, she was telling me that she was setting up her grow lights and then dropped them on this little guy. So he's got a little bit of damage, but he's such a cutie. So now I'm gonna go around to all of my plants that I have propagating in moss. I'm gonna take a look at the moss, make sure that the moss is still moist. So if there's condensation in there, that looks great. Look at that little growth point, how exciting. That's so fun. And that's a new growth point. When I got this, it was just a one leaf cutting. I've had this for probably about a month now, and it's thrown out a growth point for me, and it has like a big chunky root somewhere. Let's see if I can find it. Aha, there it is. Look at that. I'm so excited for this guy. This is a Horsehead Philodendron, which I'm pretty sure is the same thing as the bipenifolium. But these two look really different to me. These are technically, if they're both the Horsehead bipenifolium, they're very different, unless like one of them's a more mature plant. I don't know. But they're so cool. So that guy's looking good. Back here, oh, I'm not even showing you, sorry. I have Pothos, oh shoot, what is this? Pearls and Jade, I think. And roots are looking good in there. There's a root, there's another root, there's some condensation in there. That guy's good. I'll also go through and look at my water propagations. I don't have very many right now. But I just switched out the water on that, so I know that that is fine. Over here, I have my Philodendron Campospartuanum, something like that. Also has good condensation in there. Also has a new growth point. Super duper exciting. Looks good. Over here, I have my Philodendron Painted Lady. I'm gonna check. That looks like it has condensation. Look at that baby leaf that grew in there. And I have another growth point. Super duper exciting. All of these cuttings have water in there. So those are looking good. Oh, I always forget about this guy back here. He was in one of my last videos and he was not doing great. He's lost a bunch of leaves like I predicted, but he's held on to a bunch of them too, so I'm pretty excited. And he's got some chunky roots. And that looks like some good sphagnum moss. Nice and damp. Okay, so I think that's all my propagations that I have over here. So those are all looking good. Next, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go around and water all my plants that like distilled water. So I keep a jug of distilled water that I can just refill with more distilled water, and I will go around and water some of my distilled water loving plants. So I know this plant was in one of my last videos. This is super sad. Some of the leaves still look pretty good. for the most part. I think it's such a pretty plant. I just wish I could make it happy, but I can't, apparently. But I'm still gonna try. So this one I filled the little reservoir here at the bottom. That's how I prefer to water this one. I'll just put this guy back. If I'm doing something wrong, like if you see like something obvious that I'm doing wrong, please let me know, because I really want this plant to be happy. I got this plant from my mom and I think it's so cute, but then I like killed it, so that kind of sucks. So if you have any tips on how to make that plant happy, or if you know something that you're seeing that I'm doing, please let me know. Also, okay, this is super exciting. I don't know if you've ever seen this plant. I don't think I've ever shown it here, but I got this Calathea. Nope, that's not what it is. I got this green Maranta for free from someone because she could not keep it happy. It was like crisping up. Most of the leaves looked like, the best leaves looked like this. Like, this isn't a bad leaf for a Maranta by any means, but this is what the best leaves were looking like. And I got it for free from her because she just did not want to deal with it anymore. And I cut off a bunch of like the sad leaves on it that looked like worse than this one. Like, a lot of them were like completely curled. And look what I saw today on here. This little guy's blooming. I didn't even know these plants bloomed. I mean, I'm sure. Okay, it's gonna focus on my toaster apparently instead of the flower. Come on. Well, oh, so close. All right, it's not gonna focus, but it's blooming right there and back there. The flowers, they almost remind me of like orchids, but just teeny tiny. And it has another little flower pot over here. And it has so much new growth, so much. Like, when I cut this plant back, probably about 3 weeks ago or something like that, I cut this plant back and it probably had like not more than like 5 or 6 leaves left on it. And all of these, you can see new growth, new growth, new growth everywhere. It's so happy now. So this is one of my distilled water loving plants. I'm gonna bring my distilled water over here and water this guy. Okay, let's take our distilled water on a trip. Oh, let's see a puppy first. Got a little puppy on the way. Hi, Ray. Hi, Pumpkin. Can I boop your nose? Say no. I don't want you to boop my nose. Hi. Hi, honey. You're still awake? It's so late. It's like 11:30 at night. That's why it's so dark outside. Oh my goodness, Pumpkin. You're very cute. That's my cutie. My pride and joy. One of two. Okay, so we're gonna move back here. I have my green Maranta. I think you've probably seen this in a couple of my videos. I'm obsessed with this plant. There's me. What's up? My green Maranta, my rattlesnake, Calathea. She got one crispy end and I don't really know why, because I've only ever watered this with distilled water. I'm gonna check the soil. Feels okay. Let's see. It's pretty light. Okay. So I'll do some water in here. Oh, this plant is so hard to water because it's so massive. I know this lighting is like absolute trash, but and then this is another plant that I have found that I like to just add water to the reservoir for it. So I have a little reservoir. This is feeling like pretty moist still though. I don't want to overwater this guy, so I'm going to leave him for a couple more days. Or maybe until tomorrow, I don't know. But look how cool this plant is. Super cool one. Let me add a little bit more water to this guy. Okay. There we go. Look at the growth on that plant. This plant has like taken over this corner. It's so big. I'm obsessed with it. This is probably one of my favorite plants right now. Okay, so I have a couple of plants upstairs that like distilled water as well, but those are watered already, and I like to keep a little like spray bottle of distilled water upstairs that I can use. Sorry, my hand is just like all over the place. That I can use to water those plants. So I'm just gonna run upstairs and refill that spray bottle because those plants are, like I said, already watered, but I like to just keep that spray bottle full so that if I ever see those plants need water, I can take care of it. Okay, mission accomplished. I am basically out of water. I did not film while I was refilling my little spray bottle because A, that's like not super interesting, and B, my fiance is sleeping upstairs and I didn't want to be talking and I didn't want to wake him up. So I realized that I watered all of my plants that are up here in the kitchen on the shelf, but I didn't water any of my plants that are just like, oh, this lighting is terrible. Oh well. I didn't water any of my plants that are just like scattered throughout the house. And by scattered, I mean, I have 1,000 plants. Not literally, but it feels like it sometimes. I didn't water any of those plants. So I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna mix some more fertilizer up because I'm out again. I think this will be the last batch, but I'm not sure. And then I'm gonna go around and do what I already did. With all of my other plants and just water them. Some of my plants down here are pretty massive compared to, at least, the plants that I've been watering already in my kitchen. So a lot of those plants I will not be bringing over here. I'll just let them get watered over where they're at. Some of them I will be bringing over to my kitchen because they're small enough that I can just let them drip dry in the kitchen. Actually, before I head over to the rest of my plants downstairs in my living room and such, I'm gonna set some of these plants over here. Don't mind the like stains on this thing. It's from all my plants. I just need to wash it. And yes, I always wash this after I put my plants on it, before I put like plates and stuff on it. I'm not gross. At least I'm not that gross. But I just want to clear out the sink because I'm not sure how many plants are going to need to get watered, and so that way these can start to dry. Oh my goodness, these 2 leaves are new. That's so exciting. Yee, that's so exciting. This used to be a full pot. The person I got it from kind of screwed me over with it. Oh my goodness, I got 2 more leaves here as well. This used to be a full pot, but yeah, it's not anymore. Long story short, it's not a full pot anymore, but we're working on getting it to be a full pot again. Okay, so I'm gonna take my 2 handy dandy tools and I'm gonna just start. Oh, the puppy's sleeping. Are you sleeping, little Ray? She's like, not anymore. Look at those big ears. I'm in love with you. I am so in love with you. You're so precious. Okay. No more puppy distractions, so I'm gonna set my watering can down. This is my big Monstera. I have it like staked up, but it's like so heavy that it's like tipping, so this spring I'm gonna need to figure something out with this plant because it's getting really massive. But looks like it's pretty dry. Go ahead and give it a nice soak. I've noticed my plants have been getting like more and more thirsty as it's getting nice and warm outside. Let me know if that's something you're noticing with your plants as well. Like this plant, I probably watered it, I don't know, like every 3 weeks or so in the winter. And now I've literally watered it probably twice in the last week. I'm really bummed out about this because I thought I had fixed this problem of this plant being like tilted And then it just got so heavy, it like took its moss pole with it. Oh, the leaf just blocked the view. Okay, these are some of my plants that I just check how heavy they are to see if they need water. These got water somewhat recently, so most of them are okay. Actually, they're all okay so far. This is okay. It's okay. I have some cacti back here. Sorry, it's so dark. It's literally like 11:30, almost midnight. So I have some cacti and stuff back there, but I'm not gonna worry about this today. I think most of the plants over here, please ignore my sad syngonium. I'm trying to ignore it because it breaks my heart to think about it. I think most of these are watered. Maybe my little Maria might be. Yep, she's always a little bit dry. Sorry, this lighting is terrible. My little Syngonium Maria tends to be a little bit dry since she's in this tiny little nursery pot still. So I have her in this cute little pig pot. Look how cute that is. And then this is another one that I just bottom water because it's just easier that way. And I've kind of learned how much water this one will absorb so that I don't overwater it. But yeah, this is super sad. This is one of my, I think I showed it in one video at one point, maybe not, but this is one of the plants I tried ordering in the winter and then it did not work. But now that it is not winter anymore, I've been doing some more plant shopping online, which I'm pretty excited about. Okay, now that I think I'm done watering plants, I'm gonna go through, oh wait, the heck? No, I missed like 100 plants, hold on. I missed all of my plants that are in the bathroom. Oh my goodness, being a plant parent is hard work. Okay, so I missed all my plants that are in the bathroom, so I'm gonna go grab those. At least the ones that are in the bathroom downstairs. One of them I watered recently. The rest of them I have not watered in a while, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. Look at my little ZZ Raven putting out a new offshoot. How stinking cute is that? So I'm literally, because I'm holding my camera, I'm literally running and grabbing one at a time because I only have one free hand. Look at that crispy sad leaf. We're gonna cut that off. I don't know what happened to that plant. One of the leaves literally just crisped up. I think I just didn't water it for a while. So actually I know exactly what happened to that plant. I forgot about it. And then I have one more ZZ plant down here that I don't think I've watered since probably like January. So I'm gonna go grab that guy and water him. Oh yeah, this is a thirsty little plant. I'm gonna water him and my other bathroom plants. And actually first, I'm gonna cut, sorry, that was a really horrible shot of like that close to my face. First vlog, be patient, I'm learning. So, got some scissors. I'm going to cut that nasty leaf off of my snake plant. Okay, now I'm actually all done watering, so what I'm going to do is I am going to put away my fertilizer, put away my watering can, put away my moisture meter, and I'm going to go through and all the plants that have like trays or reservoirs underneath them, or that all the plants that are in cash pots, I'm just going to go ahead and dump all the extra water out because I don't want them to sit in water. It's been probably about 30 to 40 minutes since I watered all of them. I'll go ahead and put my 3 little pools away. So it's been, yeah, about 30-40 minutes since I've watered them, and I don't want them, I keep this under my sink, so that's why I'm like sitting on the floor. But yeah, I don't want them sitting in water and just like absorbing water and getting root rot, because that is not good. A plant whose roots are just sitting in water is not going to be a healthy or happy plant for very long. So I'm going to go through and dump all the water for those guys. Look at this little dog. Oh my goodness. Look at her. Look at that little face. Hey, is your tongue out? Why is your tongue out? Why is your tongue out, Mama? Look at that tiny little bean. Are you a tiny little bean, Ray? So precious. Okay, so that's gonna be it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know if you like this kind of vlog style video. I personally like to watch these, and it was nice to film because I had to do a crap ton of plant chores, and it was really nice to just do them and hang out, kind of like talk while I did them and not feel crazy because I wasn't talking to anyone. Specifically, I mean, I was talking to you. If you're watching this video, I was talking to you, but you're not here. So I wasn't talking to you in the moment. I'm talking to you in retrospect. Sorry, one of my leaves looked really sad. I got freaked out, but no, he's fine. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I hope that you liked this. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down to let me know if you did or did not like it. And let me know in the comment section down below if you would like to see any more of this vlog type of video. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!